I'm Dr. David Beck from New Orleans, Louisiana. On behalf of the History Committee, I'm pleased to be speaking with Dr. Stanley Goldberg. Dr. Goldberg has had a very distinguished career. He was born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and had the unique opportunity to do medical school as well as his general surgery residency and colorectal training in Minneapolis. He then went to St. Mark's and then returned to Minneapolis to participate in one of the largest departments of colorectal surgery. Dr. Goldberg, what got you interested in colorectal surgery?
Well, you kind of ask. Actually, it all goes back almost to the Vietnam War. And I took a year in general surgery thinking that I would be off in Vietnam, and actually rotated onto a rectal service with Dr. Bernstein. And he was the one who really got me interested in the need and what was going on. But I really have to give a lot of credit to Dr. Wangenstein, Dr. Owen H. Wangenstein, who was chairman of the Department of Surgery. And he was the one who really instilled in me the fact that we had to change our training of rectal surgeons and change it to include fully trained general surgeons. And so that really is what projected my career, was Dr. Wangenstein sending me off to St. Mark's after I finished my general surgical training, 3 years, and then I came back as chief resident at the university, and so I got both boards. So I was one of the first people in the country to sit for both boards.
You've mentored a lot of people over the years. Who were your mentors?
Well, I had some great ones, I really do. I can't say Dr. Bernstein got me interested, and he ran the division. On the other hand, the person who I really learned all the tricks of the trade from was Dr. Howard Frickman, and unfortunately he died young. And Howard was just a very talented surgeon, and he taught me so many things that I've tried to pass on over the years, but I would list him as number one in terms of technical and really getting involved in it. Well, Dr. Bernstein got me involved in the specialty, no question, but technically I really learned it all from Dr. Frickman. He was superb.
You've had a very long and distinguished career. From your perspective, what do you think were your most important contributions?
Well, that goes back to when I was first, unfortunately, Dr. Frickman died young, and I was put on the American Board of Colorectal Surgery, and I remember coming to New Orleans to give our first examination, and I remember we examined 6 people. And I can tell you exactly where I was sitting in the airplane to go back to Minneapolis, and I thought, my God, 6 colorectal surgeons for a population at that time probably 200 or 250 million people in the United States. I said, that's not going to cut it. I said, what we really need are more training programs. And so that's really what motivated me, and I think the greatest thing, we've trained over 200 colorectal surgeons in the program at the University of Minnesota, and I really think that that and moving the specialty into the university training program, into the universities, I think was critical. And that's really what I would consider probably our greatest contribution.
With your perspective, what do you think the challenges facing our specialty are?
They're going to come from 2 different ends. Well, they're going to come from multiple places, but the first spot, believe it or not, I think has to do with the American Board of Oncologic Surgery. And I think in the university setting, you're going to have a competition for the colon and rectal cancers between the colon and rectal surgeons and the oncologic surgeons. And that is going to be a battleground that it's going to have to be worked out at a local level, obviously, but I think that that's going to be one of the major areas. The other major areas, obviously, is endoscopic management of problems. I think that the colorectal surgeons are going to have to get a little more aggressive in terms of dealing with endoscopic resections of polyps and the like, and rather than just leaving this to the gastroenterologists. Because I think the colorectal surgeon having to deal with the complications of that procedure, I think really should be right in on the ground floor of that procedure.
So you've been a long-time member of the society. Can you summarize how you got involved in the society and how that progressed?
Well, first of all, being from Minneapolis, one of the founders of, not the founder of the society, but the founder of the board was Dr. Fansler. And Dr. Fansler trained Dr. Bernstein, he trained Dr. Frickman in a preceptorship setting. And so there was the minute you got interested in rectal surgery, obviously you joined the society, and then you joined the regional societies, and that's how you got involved. But I think my real involvement occurred thanks to Rupert Turnbull. I'll never forget, he called me one day and asked me to be the program chairman for the meeting in San Francisco. And I remember he said, yes, you'll have $300 to put on this meeting. You're absolutely right.
What challenges or opportunities do you think the society has in the near future?
I think there's competition, for their time, and then now with the internet and the like, and you got competition. You got SAGES, you got the American College of Surgeons, you got the American Society of Colorectal Surgeons, and you have all the international meetings. I happen to go each year to the European Society meeting, which I find excellent. And now with the ease of travel, I think the society's got to put on an absolutely superb meeting. They've got to really focus on the members and what they want, and put on just such a meeting in order to attract people to the meetings to keep the society viable. But I think the specialty with the residency training programs and the like, I think we're starting to have difficulty finding jobs for some of the young people who are coming in and training, and especially some of the Canadians are having problems in Canada. There are no jobs available for young colorectal surgeons at the moment in Canada. Unfortunately, somebody's got to die or retire in order to have a spot.
And that's due to the government system as opposed to
Exactly.
our free enterprise system.
Exactly. And so I think a lot of the young Canadian surgeons who come and train, they're superb and they're just excellent. But then they have to leave the country for 2 years and they come back into the American system.
Are there other comments you'd like to share with our viewers?
Oh, it's been a great run, and I'll be forever grateful to the society and also for the people who interested me in the specialty. And I really want to thank all of our fellows who have done all the work, and I've been able to kind of slide along on all their efforts over the years.
Dr. Goldberg, I appreciate you spending time with us. Thank you very much on the Society.
Pleasure to be here.